Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mount Carmel Area High School Red Tornado football. Tonight, the Red Tornadoes have traveled to Bloomsburg, the Panthers Stadium, where they will renew a rivalry which ended in 1969. We've played the Panthers a total of 10 times. We have 9 wins, 1 loss. Oddly, the loss was a shutout loss, 6-0 at the Silver Bowl. Not many teams can claim that, and the Panthers can. That was in the early 60s. But we're getting ready to renew an old rivalry. The Bloomsburg Panthers, of course, competing as an A school. The Red Tornadoes as a AA school. I'm here tonight with Wayne Brokenshire, of course, Mark Stankiewicz, the man good to his word, came back and has actually traveled on the road. Now, Mark, is there any truth whatsoever that you demanded a trailer and, kitchen, bathroom facilities? Is there any truth to that at all?
I wouldn't mind that right now, but I never made those statements.
All right, we cleared the air with that. All right, the Red Tornadoes come in 2-2. The Panthers 2-2. Both come off impressive wins. The Red Tornadoes beating the Shamokin area Indians, their arch rival, in the Coal Bucket game. And the Panthers renewing a rivalry again last week with Danville, a heated rivalry, and they beat the Danville Ironmen 6-0 and claimed one of the trophies. I forget what they call it, but they have a trophy they exchange. Yes. So a big game and a big win for the Panthers. So pretty much coming to the mid-season mark, Wayne and Mark, and we're looking here to say we're going to set a tone now to go into the second half of the season.
We need, the Tornadoes need to. They had a tough first half, Lancaster Catholic and Southern area. And the first game against Biglersville wasn't the greatest, although it was in the torrential downpour that night. That was the very first game. Last week they came out. Shamokin pretty much dictated what the game was like in the first half. Tornadoes came out in the second half. They readjusted. They readjusted their defense a little bit, did what they had to do on offense, and came out with the win. So that's coming off a positive note. If we can continue that through. Now, you got to remember, we got some big powerhouses coming up very shortly. We have Hollidaysburg coming up, who's a team that's coming out of Quad A down to AAA. We have Pottsville, who was a big powerhouse this year and got it deep into the playoffs, and also Selinsgrove.
All right, we get ready to kick off. Of course, number 3, Kufta, back in the lineup tonight, and he's going to let her go, and he rips it down there. It's going to be down to 21 down there, and Saravich. And Saravich now finding a hole. He's got a nice hole in the center. He cuts to the Bloomsburg side of the ball, and Saravich is off on a jaunt up over the 40-yard line, out at the 41-yard line, where it's first and 10 Panthers. A nice return for Saravich to start the game, Mark.
Nice return and a great tackle there by Sean McCullum, number 42. Again, a freshman, and I think we're going to see him playing a little bit at the linebacker position tonight.
The guys to look for in this Bloomsburg offensive lineup, of course, the quarterback, number 9, Tyler Coombe, and look for number 21, Joey Saravich. They'll do the bulk of the work. Now, they have 36 in there, and I do not know who that is. I'm guessing that is Aaron Deal, since he's not listed in our program. Coombe back to pass immediately. Tried to hit Saravich. He had to throw it high because Ambrose had his hand up in the air, and he couldn't get it over Ambrose's long reach, and he goes incomplete.
The linebackers, again, we have a little bit of a change this week coming out of the Shamokin game. We're back in our 2 defense. 2 linebackers are going to be Sean McCullum and also Eric Johnston, number 35.
All right, Coombe will bring them up. It's 2nd and 10 now for the Panthers at their own 41-yard line. And he hands it to Saravich, and Saravich will take it up to about the 44-yard line. A gain of about 3 in the play. It will bring up 3rd down and 7.
Again, another change you're going to see. We have number 9, Matt Moreau's coming up. He'll be playing the defensive end position. He drops back into his corner position that he's used to playing at, but he'll be flexing in and out here.
All right, Coombs brings him up. He's got Coombs and Deal behind him. Back to pass once again. This time plenty of time. He looks downfield. He's got his receiver down at the Red Tornado 42. That's Mike Tambasco. And Tambasco will bring it down for the first down in Red Tornado territory.
Yeah, and some great protection there by the Panther offensive line to give Coombs plenty of time to toss that ball.
Yeah, he had all day. They're going to have to put a little more pressure on him.
Well, they did. There was some pressure. Goins, number 52, had his hand up. Coombs had to put the ball back down again. He spotted his receiver open the second time and made a great pass.
All right, Coombs will bring him up. He's got one guy in the backfield, Ansarabich standing behind him. Ansarabich with the ball, and Ansarabich will be brought down about the Red Tornado 40-yard line, number 42 on the play for the Red Tornadoes.
That's Sean McCullum coming up from his linebacker position. Also, number 52, Goins, James Goins in there on the tackle. It's exactly what the Tornadoes are looking for. Sean McCullum is only a freshman. You have to realize here, didn't get much varsity time, playing different positions, but you know, they think a lot of this kid. He's very, very strong, very athletic, and he seems to be filling the hole even, you know, right now, coming up out of that linebacker position.
Hey, 2nd and 7, Ansarabich again. Ansarabich in a big hole, and Ansarabich is in the Red Tornado secondary all the way down to the Red Tornado 32-yard line, and I believe he'll have enough for the first down.
Looks that way, Warren.
And it is 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes at the Red Tornado, inside the Red Tornado 32-yard line. We have 9:36 remaining here in the first quarter of play at Panther Stadium.
We have number 71, Jeff Kaufman, also playing in the tackle position. Seems like the Tornadoes are intent here and playing in the 5-3. We've seen they got out of that last week.
Panthers will jump offside. It'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Panthers. It'll bring up a first down and 15 when they spot the ball. All right, the ball moves back to the Red Tornado 37-yard line. And Coombs will bring him up. He's got number 30 in the backfield, Klinger, along with Ansarabich now. Ansarabich, and Ansarabich up over the 35-yard line, down to the 34-yard line.
We have McCullum, number 42, coming in to make that tackle. He actually made the hit at the line of scrimmage. Runner picks up 2 extra yards on a good push, but I'll tell you what, if this is any indication of how McCullum's going to play from that linebacker position, you know, we're looking at some pretty good stoppage back there now.
Yeah, he's making his name known very early in this game.
All right, split backfield. It's 2nd down and about 11 as Coombs drops straight back, looks downfield. He's got his guy. He had number 1, Tom Basco, a little bit behind him, and Tom Basco couldn't reel the ball in. Those of you here in the area, we had heavy rain. I can't say it enough. It was heavy rain last night, rained all through the evening into the morning. And as we came to the stadium tonight about 6 o'clock or so, we had another brief shower. So the field is very slippery and will be muddy in the middle there. We can see here where right in the middle of the field between the
hash marks.
Between the hash marks, it's pretty ugly. So you could see him slip down a little bit as he went for the ball. It's now 3rd down and 11 for Coombe, and Coombe again drops straight back, and he gets his man, number 23 down there, Fisher. Fisher will be brought down around the 25-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down and about 3 for the Panthers.
Kogan makes the tackle over there. Kovaleski coming in to help number 1.
Getting back to what you're saying before, other than last week, it really wouldn't be Mount Carmel football without a wet field, would it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, we were laughing, Mark, as we came in. Again, it rained now. 4 out of the 5 times now that we've played football, it's been raining. All right, a big 4th down call now for the Panthers. We'll say it's 4th and 3 where they put the ball down, split backfield and back at Coombs. And it's Ansarabich and Klinger, and Klinger pulls his way down to the 15-yard line. A big run by Klinger, and it is 1st and 10. Jordan Klinger for the Panthers, and he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
That was a hard-nosed run there. He just put his shoulder down and kept on going.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be denied on that one, guys.
He's only a sophomore.
So the first Panther drive of the evening now deep in Red Tornado territory. 7:10 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Drop back to pass. He looks downfield, and it's intercepted. Kufta, number 3, on the interception down at the 3-yard line, and it's Red Tornado football. A nice play by Kufta.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised pass by the quarterback. He rolled out to his right, a little bit of pressure on him, and it looks like he threw it off balance a little bit. And Kufta comes over and makes a nice interception, takes it back to about the 4-yard line.
So the Red Tornadoes turn away the Panther threat here in the first quarter, and they take over 1st and 10 with their backs to their own goal line. Wasilewski brings them up. He's got Haynes in back of him in an I formation, and it goes to Haynes. And Haynes reverses his field, still on his feet, and he'll get up. They're going to give him forward progress out to about the 6-yard line. Let's call it a 5-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Not much going on that run there.
No, he did a lot of running, but he got 2 yards out of it when he was all said and done. So DeMarco comes into the lineup now for the Red Tornadoes with the play for Wasilewski. He'll line up in that tailback spot. He has Demetrius in front of him in a straight I formation. 2 guys split out to his right, and it goes to DeMarco. And DeMarco stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Very little gain on the play.
Good penetration by the defense of Bloomsburg, especially on the left-hand side there. They're running a stunt and catching the blocking scheme a little bit on its heels.
All right, we're going to say 3rd and 8 now for the Red Tornadoes as they bring in a whole bunch of new personnel into the offensive huddle here. Haynes returns to the backfield. He brought the play in with him. And Wasilewski will bring them up, and he has Haynes and Kogut now in the backfield, and they'll go into a split backfield behind Wasilewski as he goes under center and a flag on the play. And I believe it's going to be too much time for the Red Tornadoes. And oddly enough, this is a stadium that has a 25-second clock on it. We still had too much time. So they'll mark that penalty off. It'll be half the distance. It'll go back to about the 2-yard line. And we'll bring up 3rd down and about 11 now for the Red Tornadoes. I don't know how that changes the play, but they'd dearly like to get themselves some breathing room here as they have remained packed against their goal line. We're in an I formation again now, or a split backfield, same split backfield as the first time. Kogut now goes in motion. Wasilewski goes, and he hands it to Haynes, and Haynes is free, and Haynes will pick up the 1st down, and Haynes is still running. They cannot put him out of bounds. Finally up over the 30-yard line at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes on a great play by Haynes.
That was a fake pass over here to Kogut as Kogut released and was in motion. Of course, then Wasilewski brings it back down and hands it to Haynes, going off in a misdirection play to the right side. And Haynes picks up some tough yardage that time.
I really like the play call there.
Big play, yeah, big
out
play.
The defense, and then Haynes just ran it.
Absolutely, they needed to get themselves out of the hole there. There's a timeout on the field now. They marked the 1st down. They're going to mark the 1st down at the 30-yard line. So he must have stepped out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. And they're going to now mark off a penalty. There's a timeout on the field, but there's also a penalty. I'm not really
out
sure.
Of bounds?
I have no idea what we're doing here. I didn't see a penalty flag, but they did mark a penalty off, and it was a big one, so it had to be maybe a hit out of bounds over in the Red Tornado sideline where Haynes went out of bounds.
Probably a late hit over there.
Yeah, it looks like that now. So the ball now will come all the way out when they set it down, and they set it down right at the 45-yard line. So the Red Tornadoes from their 2-yard line to the 45-yard line in one play. So the Panthers called a timeout, and I'm sure they wanted to talk about that. That was a tough play to give up when they had the Red Tornadoes pinned down there.
Just completely turned the field position game around.
Yeah, absolutely, in a stroke of one play. Haynes, again, showing what we've seen from Haynes in that second half of the Shamokin area game where he just bulled his way down the sideline. And he really coming into his own now. He's out of the game at the moment. DeMarco now will be the tailback for the Red Tornadoes as Wasilewski goes under center. He has 2 guys split right, and he goes there. and he's got Kogut, and Kogut on a little flare pass. Kogut will pick up about a yard on the play, not even that much. It's 2nd and 10.
Now, number 10 makes a great play for Bloomsburg. Colin Barton made a play. He's only a sophomore, no, junior for Bloomsburg, but followed. He keyed on Kogut the whole way. Kogut catches the ball. He makes the tackle right on the line of scrimmage.
4:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Play, no score between the Red Tornadoes and the Panthers. Wasilewski brings him up, and he brings up in an I formation. This time he has Demetrius in front of Haynes. Haynes the tailback, and he's going to pass. He looks downfield. He's got Pahutsky, and Pahutsky makes a nice move at the 50. Pahutsky inside Panther territory, down at the Panther 42-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 again, Red Tornadoes. All right, 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes now. Wasilewski brings up, he has Haynes as the lone back in the backfield. Kogut and Ambrose now in motion out of the slot, and he pitches to Ambrose. Kogut in front, trying to put the block as Ambrose picks his way down the Panther sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the Panther 30. I'm going to say we see where he stepped out first, because I don't know where he actually went out of bounds.
I don't know. They put him on the 35.
All right, so we put the ball down at the 35-yard line, and we'll bring up a 2nd down and a, let's say 2nd down and 5. 4? Okay, 4, Mark. We'll go with Mark on the 4. Mark's got the eyes here, folks. Mark's got the eyes. All right, Haynes in the backfield again. Same formation as the last play. Wasilewski puts motion to Ambrose the other way, but it'll be Haynes. And Haynes picking, choosing his way up the field. Haynes 1st and 10 down inside the 30-yard line, down at the Panthers 26-yard line.
Yeah, they ran the same play there, just handed it off this time instead of the pitch.
Yep. Ran the pitch to the opposite side at the same set formation, and then handed it inside, and he picked up some nice yardage. And Haynes running very well right now for the Red Tornadoes. And they started this drive, folks, on their 2-yard line. They're at the Panther 26 right now, and it's 1st and 10. All right, Wasilewski will go up under center. Again, he keeps Haynes as the lone back. Same set formation as the last 2 plays. And again, Ambrose in motion, and this time Haynes again. And Haynes will take it inside the 25-yard line down to the 23-yard line.
He's going over the left side. Over on that left side on offense, the left guard, of course, is James Goins. The center is Chris Steck. Number 60, 52 is James Goins, the left guard. The left tackle, number 56, Billy Juraski. And the split end or tight end is Mark Ambrose.
2nd and 6 now for the Red Tornadoes. Kufta brings the play in for the Red Tornadoes, and he'll line up at one of the wide spots. All right, we're going to go trips right now. Haynes, the lone back in the backfield, and a penalty flag. And I believe that's
time again.
I'm not sure.
Motion.
Motion on the play. So a 5-yard penalty. It'll bring up a 2nd down now and about 11 for the Red Tornadoes. I didn't see anybody move, but
no, I didn't either. No, when I looked at the clock, it looked like there was 1 second on it. I thought he called time.
All right, we'll redo this now. This time Pahutsky's in the lineup. And we'll go back into that trips formation. Trips right. Haynes the lone back. Wasilewski looks over the defense. He looks downfield. He goes right to that trips, and he finds Pahutsky. Now, Pahutsky was boxed in, but Pahutsky making a nice run.
Nice run by Pahutsky. He had 2 defenders on him. He was double-teamed over on that side, and he came back up through towards the hash mark after he caught it, and he picked up 6 yards on that play. That was hard to believe.
All right, it's going to bring a 3rd down now and 5 for the Red Tornadoes. The ball sitting down on the Panther 20,
like a 21.
22-yard line. 22. I still got something left here, Mark. Come on now.
We'll give you that one.
22-yard line. All right. 3rd down now. He brings trips left now for Wasilewski. Again, Haynes, the remaining back in the backfield. And he looks right over there, and he's looking downfield for Ambrose, and Ambrose has got it.
He got it.
And it's a touchdown. There you have it. A touchdown for Mark Ambrose at the 1:11 mark of the first quarter. It's 6-0 Red Tornadoes.
Great throw there. Also a great catch by Ambrose, going up and getting it.
Ambrose made a nice catch. I mean, really he threw the ball up knowing Ambrose had the height advantage, and Ambrose used it, and Mark brings it down for the touchdown.
Again, it was a fake dive into the center, and then he faked the pass out into the flat and hit Ambrose deep.
All right, Kufti in to attempt the extra point now for the Red Tornadoes. Ball is up, and it is blocked. So the score will remain 6-0 Red Tornadoes here, and they'll get set up to kick off a very impressive 98-yard drive for the Red Tornadoes here in the first quarter of play, and they're out in the lead.
Some nice play calling by Coach Brennan. Some running down, below down when they were on the 2-yard line, especially with Haynes. The fake pass to the flat over to Kogut in motion, giving it off to Haynes. Haynes takes it down to the 40-yard line. Some nice play calls out to the flat for Puhutsky, and I'll tell you what, Puhutsky looks good, catches the ball, makes some nice cuts, leaves some defenders behind, and picks up some critical first downs. And then all of a sudden we have Ambrose alone in the end zone for the touchdown.
All right, Kufta getting set to kick off now for the Red Tornadoes. Down deep for the Panthers. There's 3 guys now. We have Klinger and Saravich, and I believe that's going to be Kresh over there, 83. So they go into a 3-man deep back set here as Kufta gets ready. And Saravich, the guy in the middle.
Jeff Osborne, Jason Hibbenfield coming to you live from Panther Stadium here in Bloomsburg, where the score in the first quarter is Mount Carmel 6.
All right, we're looking downfield. Everything looks like it's ready to go here. Kufta's let it rip. Goes down to Ansarabich, a deep kick, and Ansarabich over his head. He can't get back to it, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 Panthers from their own 20-yard line. So the Panthers will go on offense. A very good offensive series to start this football game, and couldn't convert as the interception down around the 2-yard line turned them away, so they'll go back on offense, and Kuhn will get them going here.
Well, we'll see if the Tornadoes stay in their 3 defense, 3 linebackers. They're in their 4-3 defense, and they have Moreau's playing more corner than anything else now.
All right, Kuhn lines them up. He's got a split backfield. Ansarabich and Klinger in the backfield, and he goes back to pass, straight back. A little bit of pressure this time. He looks downfield. He's got a man wide open. That's Peter Vaughn, and Vaughn down the sideline. Kogut is the only guy that can stop him, and Kogut will, but all the way down at the 10-yard line.
Kogut played an excellent position on the blocker that time. He actually slowed him up, turned his back to the blocker so he could come back because the receiver was already trying to cut back in the middle of the field.
It looked like the defender there for the Tornadoes might have slipped, leaving the wide receiver wide
That's what
open.
happened, yep.
So Vaughn gets behind the Red Tornado defense in a big game. They put the ball down at the 9-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the 9 for the Panthers.
Seen all kinds of big plays so far here in the first quarter.
Absolutely. It's
56 seconds left in the first quarter.
All right. Kuhn got the line up. He's in a split backfield. Ansarabich trying to get around the end, and he's not going to make it. That's Shinsky and
probably McCullum.
Sean McCullum, yep.
Sean, number 42, coming across. Great lateral movement by the 2 of them, making the stop. 2nd and goal.
About 35 seconds left here in the first quarter, guys.
At least we can see the ball here.
All right, Kuhn will bring him up. Ball sitting at the 7-yard line of the Red Tornadoes, split backfield. And Kuhn keeps it, and Kuhn will drive into the end zone on a quarterback sneaker. Quarterback sneak, guys, a 7-yard run by Kuhn, and it's 6-6. A nice run by the Panthers.
Yep. Some good blocking in the center. I think the Tornadoes got caught in the gaps that time, and they made a natural hole there. Quarterback just takes it right in, 7 yards untouched.
Score was at the 11-second mark of the first quarter.
The call caught the Tornado defense off guard.
Yep.
All right, the Panthers now in to attempt the extra point, and they fake it. And they got the big guy. Now he's going to throw it into the end zone. And I can't tell you.
Out of bounds.
I can't tell you what happened there.
He tried to pass it to the receiver in the corner, but it was too far. It was out of bounds.
Yeah, Tambasco was the guy he was trying to hit down there. And a nice-looking play to fake the extra point. But it goes for naught, so the score remains 6-6 here at Panther Stadium in the waning seconds of the first period.
How many times we've seen that over the years, Warren, where they set up with their linemen way over on the hash mark, and the okay, and we end up centering the ball back that time. That was one of the first times we had seen that, where it centered back to the quarterback with the whole line over on the left-hand side like that.
Yeah.
Usually they'll release and come back over for protection, you know, and that didn't happen.
We want to make those people aware watching this on the TV that the camera, the angles of the camera and where it's positioned in the press box make it extremely difficult for the camera to turn to the corners of the end zone, so they cannot. We also cannot see the corner of the end zone from where we are. So maybe we don't always get the play there.
Maybe there isn't a corner in the end zone.
Shinsky takes the short kick, and Shinsky pulls his way up the boomer up over the 45-yard line to the 46-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes.
Shinsky picks up about 15 yards on that carry that time on the kickoff. Took it about the 30-yard line up over to 45, about the 46. It looks like they're going to place it down.
All right. There's 4 seconds on the clock here as Wasilewski brings the play into the huddle. He'll put Kogut and Haynes in a split backfield. And it's Kogut. And Kogut up over the 50-yard line down to the Panther 48-yard line.
He's going to do it for the first quarter, I guess.
Straight dive play. They look like a little bit of an option there. Haynes is trailing halfback, although coming over to the short side of the field, but it was just a straight handoff to Kogut. Kogut picks up maybe a good 5-6 yards.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the first quarter of play here in Bloomsburg during Fair Week with the score, the Panthers 6, the Red Tornadoes 6. Okay, again, as I was trying to tell you before, again, we cannot get the angle to get you the corner of the end zones. On either of those two plays, probably you didn't see it. We didn't even see the last one in the corner.
I think we could tell the coaches to maybe like keep the plays in the center of the field. Or
no, don't go to any of the corners, but we apologize that our cameras are not going to get those angles for you tonight, folks. Wasilewski back. He was heading at Kogut, and Hogut, as I told you before, Kogut made his cut and slipped down on the wet grass, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 4 now for the Red Tornadoes, and the field is slick, guys.
Yeah, it is muddy. I mean, you have to be up here. You have to see it between the two hash marks. I don't think there's too much grass in there. They must use this field either heavily or they didn't resod it at the end of the season last year.
All right, Shinsky now in the lineup with DeMarco. Shinsky, the fullback, the big guy. And they're going to go into a split backfield in back of Wasilewski on the 3rd down play. Ball at the 48-yard line of the Panthers. Straight drop back. Wasilewski looks and it keeps it, and Wasilewski will be stopped at the Panthers' 48-yard line. No gain on the play. It's 4th down, and the Red Tornadoes have a decision to make.
Trying to see who made that 50.
And Wasilewski, guys, Wasilewski is down on the field. The quarterback for the Red Tornadoes is down on the field right now. He has been injured on the keeper. Doc Greco and the trainers are out looking at him, and the Red Tornadoes have to be very apprehensive seeing him laying on the ground.
I'm use my medical expertise here and say cramp.
Mark got his sheepskin from last week or this week.
Ooh, I'm telling you.
I like a guy who goes out on a limb like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
A lot of limbs out on those trees, aren't there?
Ooh, and I know I cracked most of them off. Wasilewski's still down on the field. He's over down along the Red Tornado sideline, so it's hard to tell. They are working on his leg, so we'll see how this turns out. But at least for one play, a new quarterback will have to come into the game for the Red Tornadoes.
Well, it all depends on what Coach Brennan.
Yeah, if they go offensively,
If they go offensively here, the quarterback will come in. But don't forget, we got Coof, the number 3 back again. The punter. Although Mark Ambrose did an excellent job last week of punting.
Yeah, it is fourth down. It's fourth down and about 4. So the Red Tornadoes, my guess is going to want to.
It looks like Steck is centering to Kogut, number 21.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure what the Red Tornadoes are thinking. My guess is with the quarterback down, you want to kick.
Yep.
Okay, Joe, how do you...
You know, I let Kufta try to pin them down deep and get some field position here. So they get Marcus up, and he is walking gingerly off to the end of the sideline there.
Here comes the punt team.
So the Red Tornadoes will punt the ball. Kufta goes back in punt formation, and Saravich, number 21, is standing down along his 15-yard line, awaiting the punt.
He is the lone receiver. They want to make sure that Kufta kicks the ball.
Kufta will let it rip, and Saravich underneath it down about the 12-yard line, and he's got himself a nice head of steam, and he's on his way. And Saravich, it's one guy to stop him now, and it's going to be Haynes as he crosses over midfield into Red Tornado territory at the Red Tornado 46-yard line.
Great run by Saravich on that play. That punt, although that punt was a low punt, Ward, if you looked at it, it was low. The coverage couldn't get down quick enough. You know, and they had some good blocking down there. There were a few guys down at the time trying to rush the receiver on that punt.
All right, a big run by Saravich in the Red Tornado territory. It's 1st and 10 Panthers. The score tied 6-6. 11-19 here in the second quarter of play. And Coombe brings them up under center. Klinger, number 30 on the ball. And Klinger will take it up over to 45, down to the 43, and a late flag into the pile.
Into the pile, trying to look here.
Personal foul.
Looks like Sean McCullum made the tackle that time.
So it's a personal foul against the Red Tornadoes, and now the Panthers had a tough one that led to one of our touchdowns, and now we're going to give the Panthers great field position with the penalty as they'll put the ball down right at the 28-yard line, where it's 1st and 10, a big penalty against the Red Tornadoes. It's 1st and 10 from the Red Tornado 28-yard line. All right, Coombs will bring him up. Van Saravich and Klinger and Rhodes in the backfield now. And it goes to Klinger, and Klinger gets around the end, and Klinger's got some room there. Kogut does not get him down, and finally, he'll be brought down in there by number 12, Ambrose.
10-yard line.
So it's 1st and goal at the 10-yard line, right on the 10-yard line for the Panthers.
Nice run. He kicks to the outside. He got the corner on us, on the Tornadoes, and made some good runs. Kogut should have wrapped his arms. He probably would have tackled him 10 yards down the field, maybe on the 20-yard line that time.
All right, Coombe back to pass. He looks down. He's got his receiver, but it's going to be about the 8-yard line, it looks like. That's the only gain on the play. Pahutsky on the stop. Yep. He hit number 23 down there, Corey Fisher, but a 2-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and goal from the 8. All right. Rhodes brings the play in from the Panthers sideline to Coombs. Coombs will get him lined up. This time he'll keep Rhodes and Saravich in a split backfield. He goes up under center. He's got two guys out to his left, wide left. And he pitches it to Saravich, and Saravich, a nice play by the Red Tornadoes. He has no gain on the play as the Red Tornadoes stop that up very well. Shinsky getting off the bottom of the pile down there along with, I think, Pahutsky was in the mix down there.
I couldn't even tell you. I can't even see the play.
Yeah, it was definitely the hit by Shinsky, but it brings up 3rd down now. Let's call it 3rd down and 7. Hey, Coombs, a very good-looking passer here for the Panthers. All right. Split backfield again. Klinger and Ansarabich. He looks to pass into the end zone, and it's broken up down there by number 1. Kovaleski on a great defensive play, and the Panthers have turned the ball over at the 7-yard line.
Nice play by Kovaleski, waiting until the very last minute to get in there, get his hand in, and strip the ball away.
It's a great stand for the defense, though.
They have turned them away. They had a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line, and the defense for the Red Tornadoes rises up and holds the Panthers, and it's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes from their own 7-yard line, 8:28 remaining here in the second quarter of play. Kogut now at quarterback for the Red Tornadoes, and he'll hand it off to the short back, and I believe that's Demetrius.
Got to see who's getting off the pile.
Yeah, it's hard to get the angle there, guys. Haynes, was that Haynes? No. Let me see.
Yep.
Mark, was that Haynes?
Yep.
Yes, it was.
Yes,
You're
it
right,
was, yep.
Mark. I'm sorry.
Hit the tailback on that handoff.
All right.
That time, pick up about 3 yards on the play. It's just a straight dive play. We had Demetrius following or leading Haynes into the off tackle hole between the tackle and the guard.
All right, Kogut, you remember, was the quarterback 2 years ago for the Red Tornadoes, a left-handed quarterback. He'll bring Demetrius and Haynes in an I formation in back of him as he lines up under center. Lewinsky comes in motion, but the ball goes to Haynes, and Haynes brought down very quickly by several Panther players down there. Number 50 down there, one of the guys leading it, Steven Justic.
Some quick motion. They got some great lateral motion from their people. They're getting to the outside very, very quick and just stopping the Tornadoes from turning the corner.
All right. The big news again for the night right now is the Red Tornadoes without their starting quarterback, injured a little while ago and not back in the football game. Ryan Kogut, number 21, doing the quarterback duties for the Red Tornadoes. And Kogut will go back in a shotgun formation now. On a 3rd down, he looks downfield and he sees his guy, and he's got Moroz, and Moroz will take it out for a 1st down. They're going to put the ball down at the
Flag on the play
the
here.
flag. Okay, I didn't see the flag. A nice pass by Kogut to Moroz, but it looks like it's not going to do any good.
No, it's coming back.
Still waiting for a call on the field from somebody out there that's going to make a call. Holding. Red Tornadoes. So a big penalty against the Red Tornadoes, and that will negate the 1st down pass and push the Tornadoes back again against their own goal line. So they're going to squat the ball down about the 5-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 11 for the Red Tornadoes. All right, Kogut will bring him out. He goes into an I formation now. And it's an inside handoff right up the middle. The ball was kind of loose there for a second, but Demetrius was the guy carrying it.
Yeah, it was a straight dive play. He was in the first position in that I formation, and with Kogut, just stepping in. We didn't even see Kogut come in as a quarterback at all this season yet. This is the first we saw him under center, and him and Demetrius sort of had a little bit of contact in the backfield as he was turning around trying to hand the ball off.
Miscommunication there.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 4th down for the Red Tornadoes, and Kufta will be punting from his own end zone here. Good center. Kufta lets it go. Nearly blocked, but he gets a nice kick that's going to bound down to the
41.
Red Tornado 41-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers with great field position, guys.
Yeah, Panthers again coming up with some good field position. The way they're running running the ball here offensively, they're moving the ball downfield. This quarterback Coombe is the real deal. He can throw the ball to just about anybody and thread it, and they're a threat.
Coombe's only a junior, guys. He'll be back next year. So. All right, he comes out, split formation. in the backfield. Two guys out to his left. You've got Klinger and Ansaravich, and it's Ansaravich. And Ambrose, along with Johnson down there, make the stop for the Red Tornadoes.
Second down, pick up about a yard only that time. Trying to hit off tackle off the left side, pick up a little bit of yardage on the outside, but Johnson and Ambrose playing again this year some good defensive end football.
Going to bring up 2nd and 9 now for the Panthers. Klinger and Ansaravich remain in the backfield. He has guys split right and left, but it's Ansaravich again, and Ansaravich trying to hold this time. And Kogut will bring him down, but not before he crosses inside the 35-yard line, down to about the 32-yard line, and it's going to bring up third and about one. Yeah, it's very close. 3rd and 1 for the Panthers.
James Goins, coming from that tackle position, makes the initial hit about 2 yards off the line of scrimmage, but couldn't bring the runner down. Of course, picks up some good yardage all the way down to about the 33-yard line, 32-yard line.
All right. Coombs brings him up. This time he has Rhodes inside there along with Klinger in the backfield. And it's Klinger. And Klinger's going to leap his way down for the first down as he crosses inside the 30-yard line down to the Red Tornadoes' 28-yard line, 1st and 10.
Now, his intent was just to pick up the first down, nothing more. He dove over the line of scrimmage there, picks up about 3 yards on that.
4:55 and counting here in the second quarter of play. The score all tied up at 6-6. Red Tornadoes jump, and now the Panthers jump. And I think that's going to go against the offense. I don't think we crossed over the line of scrimmage, but it's hard to tell. But I believe that goes against the Panthers. And I believe completely wrong. It's going to go offside Red Tornadoes. There I go. How many did you like that, Mark? You like that?
That's all right. Everyone's wrong every once in a while. You know.
It's hard to tell where we are, but it didn't look
suck up.
All right, I better make up for it. Some people are wrong more than others, Warren.
We
have
there you go. Friction here in the booth now, folks. There's friction here. Oh, now you see the ugly side of Wayne. I warned you about it. You didn't believe me.
Maybe that's why my parents told me to stay away, right?
All right, it's 1st and 5 now. And this time it's Klinger, and Klinger will bull his way down to the 21-yard line.
Jake Shinsky, number 34, getting off the pile. Ambrose in there also. Number 12, Kogut, 21.
All right, Kaufman will come into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes, replacing Shinsky. It'll bring up 2nd down, and we're going to call it a long 2. All right, Klinger and Ansaravich in the backfield. And it's Ansaravich, and the Red Tornadoes will stack him up right at the 20-yard line. They're going to give him forward progress to the 20. It's going to bring up 3rd down now, and they're down about 1.5 the way it looks from where they put the ball down at.
The Panthers are really attacking that left side.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. They do continually run to the left all the time.
Well, the Tornadoes on the right side, they're putting a gap. Goins is playing just about on heads up with the defensive end. Take a look at the natural gap that's put in there. Kaufman was in the gap side between the guard and the center.
All right, 3rd down now, split backfield. It's Ansaravich and Klinger, and a penalty flag.
Now we're going to get the false start.
Yeah, it has to be against Bloomsburg on this one. I can't imagine where else it would have come from. It was thrown by the back judge there, and it is motion, a tough penalty for the Panthers. It was 3rd and about 1.5, and now it's going to be 3rd and 6.5. So a tough play for the Panthers there. The ball gets moved back to the Red Tornado 25-yard line. 2:58 remaining here in the second quarter as Coombs brings them up. All right, we keep Rhodes and Ansaravich in the backfield. And it's Ansaravich. And the Red Tornadoes, and that's number 65, making the first. McCullum actually bottled it up there.
Yeah, he came in from the defensive end position that time, left defensive end. This time, Bloomsburg, the Panthers, ran to the right side, tried to hit off the gap between the guard and the tackle that time on the right side, and McCullum played an excellent defense that time. Came right down the back of the line of scrimmage and makes the tackle.
All right, it's 4th down now for the Panthers. 4th and 6. This time, Coombs goes into a shotgun formation. A penalty flag on the play. He had Rhodes standing next to him, and I'm sorry, it's a timeout. The Panther sideline stood out there, walked out and called a timeout. So it's 4th down and 6 with a timeout on the field by the Panthers. And the Panthers playing very, very well so far in this first half of play.
Coach must have seen something with the Tornado defense that he called timeout right away. He's maybe setting up a play, hoping that they come out in the same setup that they did in that previous down.
Timeout comes at the 2:01 mark of the first half of play here. Of course, Coach Larry Soanes, the head coach at Bloomsburg, and got to give him a lot of credit, scheduling Mount Carmel when almost no one will schedule us in our own division. So a single A team, and he said, bring it on, let's play. And a lot of credit is he's slowly building this program back into a powerhouse here for the Panthers, and they're a team to be reckoned with in Class A this year.
You know, that's the only way you do it, though. You cannot play teams that are mediocre and losing schedules. You have to play the top-notch teams if you want to get better.
All right, he's got 2 guys out to his right, 1 to the left, and he drops straight back, and he's in a lot of trouble, and that was McCullum, number 42.
Nobody was there.
And a penalty flag.
Yeah,
grounding.
His grounded.
Yeah, there was no one out there. I'm not sure if that was going to be a screen or what that was set up to be, because everybody was in on him.
Yep, McCullum had the great shot. Sean did, number 42, came right through, shot right through the gap, and was on top of him even before Coombs could turn around.
So the Panthers are turned away again on downs here in the first half, and we're going to mark off the intentional grounding penalty before the Red Tornadoes go on offense. The Red Tornadoes look like they're declining it, which makes sense because
they get the
they'll
ball.
take the ball now. So there you see the signal, and the ball will sit down at the Red Tornado.
They're calling it, even though it was intentional grounding, that he was in the grasp, so the ball, he was tackled at that point, so the ball comes down.
Oh, okay.
And it is put down on about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, but he marked the penalty off on that.
He did.
Wait, that's a penalty mark off. Yeah, they took the penalty. Because, again, it was 4th down and intentional grounding.
Yes.
They're going to mark the penalty.
Yeah, that's a loss of
the
down.
Red Tornadoes didn't have a choice on that. All right, 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes from their own 40-yard line. Kogut brings them up. He's got an eye-back formation, and it's DeMarco. And DeMarco squirts his way out over the 45-yard line, out to the 47-yard line. Again, a 7 on the play. It is 2nd and 3. We are in the waning seconds. 1:41 remaining here in the half. With the score tied 6-6.
You know, DeMarco probably coming in with fresh legs here. Could break this game open for the Tornadoes right now.
All right, Shinsky is the fullback, and he gives it to DeMarco, and DeMarco stumbles behind the line of scrimmage and falls. And he'll go down back on the other side of the 45-yard line.
Yep.
And the Red Tornadoes want to call timeout here.
That's a shame because he had some blockers in front of him. He had a little bit of room to move. I don't know whether he tripped over Kogut's foot or just, tried to make a cut and he fell down.
I think he just fell down. I think he just stumbled on he's in the loose part of the field there. In fact, he's in the worst part of the field right now where the Red Tornadoes are snapping the ball from. So just couldn't keep his footing as he tried to make a cut there.
You got those fresh legs moving too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. maybe he wanted him to be a little bit tired there.
A little bit slower.
But a very tough game here in the first half. The Red Tornadoes, of course, have lost their starting quarterback, which, is the first thing you want to think about. He is mobile over on the sideline, but I do not expect that we're going to see him from the way he looks.
He's not looking like he's walking too great over there.
Looks like an ankle injury.
think I was wrong. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
It looks like he has an ice pack on it.
He broke the ice, Wayne. He's wrong now.
Yes,
now he's one of us.
That's why I'm up here and not down there on the sideline. You know?
All right, Kogan into the shotgun formation.
Option.
And Kogan on a keeper, and he'll stumble his way back over the 45-yard line. And they'll put the ball down a gain of about a yard on the play, and it's 3rd down now and 4. 3rd and 3. Let's call it 3.
4th down.
I'm sorry, 4th down and 3. And now the Red Tornadoes will send their punt team onto the field.
See, that's the difference between Mark and I. I just keep quiet. You said 3rd down. I would have just let that go because I'm used to it. See, now all of a sudden, real quick, he'll jump on that now. You know, 4th down.
Oh. Well, this is a real awakening in this booth tonight here. Kufta back to do the punt. No pressure from the Panthers, and it's going to be Answer Ravage, and he has trouble holding on to it. He finally gets it at the 10-yard line and makes a nice move. Answer Ravage, and Answer Ravage is free. Answer Ravage going, and Answer Ravage falls at the 34-yard line. No one touched him. He slipped down on the cut and hits the ground. A nice run by Answer Ravage. Again, the field's very tough.
This is tough. Yeah, you're right. You see anybody out there, and it doesn't matter what side of that ball you're on, you're slipping all over. It is pretty slimy out there.
21 seconds now remaining in the first half. The Panthers go on offense, 1st and 10, the ball at their own 34-yard line. All right, Relief Klinger is the lone back in the backfield now, behind Coombs. And Coombs is going to take a knee. The Panthers have decided to take this into the locker room and discuss things.
Don't blame them.
You know, they're going to let the half run out here. So that'll bring an end to the first half of play here at Panther Stadium with the Panthers locked up in a 6-6 tie with the Red Tornadoes. We're back here getting ready to start the second half of play. We apologize we did not have the first half stats. The conditions are just not as good as we're used to, I guess to say. So we were not able to get the stats in that first half. A very tough first half for both teams. I think the advantage has to go to the Panthers. It's a tie score, but I think the Panthers had pretty much their way offensively. Just couldn't punch it into the end zone. Turned away several times on downs. The Red Tornadoes kind of more or less hanging on the way it looks right now. They have not had an offensive threat since the very first drive when they put the ball in the end zone.
I think you're right. I think the offense for the Panthers is working a lot better than the Tornadoes at this point. And I think the key there is that the defense for the Panthers is totally shut down the Tornadoes' run. Now, all of a sudden, we have Washleski out. We have Kogan in, a new quarterback. You know, our play calling is going to be a little bit different in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the key now. Remember, folks, we lost our starting quarterback in the second quarter on a quarterback keeper. He has not returned, and we saw him on the sideline. I don't believe he's going to return. So Kogut will do the quarterback duties for the remainder of the game. He hasn't played quarterback in a year.
That's right.
More than a year and 4 games now. So it'll be interesting to see what the Tornado offense does. Now, I mean, the best case scenario, guys, is that they run the ball, but they have not been able to do so since that first drive. They have not had any success on the ground again, and that's been pretty much their problem since the beginning of the year.
The defense for the Panthers is very, very small. It's probably one of the smallest teams we're going to see, you know,
in a long
time. But I'll tell you what, they're very, very quick. They remind you of the Shamokin defense over the years. Shamokin defense, of course, is a swarming defense. Now, the Panthers are playing exactly the same way. They're always around the ball. They have great lateral movement to the outside. There's very little getting around the corner and running down the sidelines on them.
Well, the Red Tornadoes got their work cut out for them here at Panther Stadium, as they have not looked like they've been. They look just kind of lackluster. They really do after the emotional win against the Indians last week in the Silver Bowl, and of course keeping the cold bucket. Everything seems now to be kind of, you know, a dull thrill right now for the Red Tornadoes. And again, one of the things that they are not doing very well here, they are not tackling.
No.
And that is key to winning this football game. Coombs, very accurate passing, very accurate. Had one in the end zone, the guy just didn't hold on to it. It would have been a touchdown. So he's the guy to look for. And Ann Saravich having an absolutely fantastic football game here offensively for the Panthers. And along with when they sent him back to get the punt, he's been a danger every time he touches the ball down there.
Yeah, there were twice he almost broke it for touchdowns. The last time he had an open field and slipped on about the 35-yard line.
All right, the captains meet out there at midfield and shake hands. And we'll get ready to get this second half going. Now, quite frankly, the Red Tornadoes, this is a pretty easy deal for them.
Yeah.
They don't win this game,
That's it.
and their playoff hopes are done.
They can pack it up.
So they are now fighting for their playoff life here in this second half here at Bloomsburg against a very, very good Bloomsburg Panthers team.
Now, of course, we saw Coach Brennan, in many games really get this team jacked up for the second half. And, hopefully that's what he did at halftime here at Bloomsburg.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to tell them. I mean, they need to know what's on the line here. It's a pretty simple deal. And I'm sure they do. I mean, I'm sure they understand that. Again, you're playing this game, not the playoff, but...
Right.
So the Panthers will be getting ready to kick off, and they'll be kicking to the Red Tornadoes. Got Haynes and Kogut down deep for the Red Tornadoes, and we're just about ready to go here as Jablonski has his hand up.
Their kickoff must try to trap you into the corner down here on the left side. They're keeping it low.
Going to go down. Shinsky catches the ball rolls on the ground at the 25-yard line, so it's 1st and 10. Red Tornadoes from the Tornado 25, and that was a kickoff where he skipped the ball down.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't kick it deep at all.
I didn't understand that. And they also had their furthest man over in front of the bench was only on the hash mark, right in front of the Tornado. So there was some running room if you get the ball and you get a good picket fence lined up over there. Yeah, this is going to be, if this is it, this is going to be tough going for the Tornadoes. This defense for the Panthers is playing some great football. Their motion to the outside is probably the best that I've seen all year long.
Yeah, I mean, very small team, but very quick, very quick. And the bottom line is when you see their lineup now, they're looking at a new quarterback, and they're saying, if you beat us, you're going to do it in the air.
Right.
We're not going to let you run. And the Red Tornadoes come out now in a wide-open offense, and they're going to go into a trip right formation for Kogut. But Kogut will go right up the middle, and very little push in that middle of the line. The Kogut will take it up to about the 29-yard line.
It was a big push that time. Pickup of a hard 3 yards. It looked like a scrum out there in a rugby match.
Third down and 7 now for the Red Tornadoes, and DeMarco will come into the lineup. Haynes will go out, and we'll see what the Red Tornadoes want to do here on a third down play. The Red Tornadoes are going to have to get rolling here. There are 5 seconds left on the play clock. It's Kogut, and Kogut is in the shotgun. Kogut fakes the shotgun, and Kogut will take it up over the 40-yard line on a keeper. A nice run by Ryan Kogut, and it'll be 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes.
Nice misdirection. He had trips right. He had DeMarco slashing to the left side between the guard and the tackle. I don't know whether that froze the linebackers or what, but Kogut keeps the ball, goes off right tackle, and picks up some yardage. If he would have kept his balance, I'll tell you what, Kogut might have been gone that time.
Mark just pointed to me, Mark Wachaleski has returned to the field on a cart. Right up the middle now goes the Red Tornadoes. He has crutches there with him. He's on a cart being brought over to the Red Tornadoes sideline, so I guarantee you now we will not see Wachaleski for the remainder of this football game. 2nd down now and 6 for the Red Tornadoes. The ball sitting now at the Red Tornado 44-yard line. We're in the third quarter. The score is tied 6-6. It's the 9:46 mark of the third quarter. All right, the Red Tornadoes come up to the line of scrimmage. Everybody out to the right now, and they pitch that way. And it's DeMarco looking for a spot, and DeMarco hit hard at the 47-yard line. Getting off the bottom there for the Panthers is number 34, and that's Jack Bryce.
Picks up about 3 yards. He had some running room, but all of a sudden he picks up to 3 yards, but the defense closed in very, very quickly.
Like you were saying before, that defensive line really moves quick both sides.
All right, Panther player getting his helmet fixed there on the line, so there's a stoppage of play. And they'll put it back in play now as Kogut will bring him up. It is 3rd down now and 3 for the Red Tornadoes. The ball just up over the Red Tornado 47-yard line. And
Going
it's Haynes, and Haynes makes a nice cut. Haynes out over the 30-yard line, and Haynes still on his feet. And they're going to bring Haynes down at the 24-yard line. A big run by James Haynes.
Haynes makes a nice play. That play was going left that time, and of course he looked back to the right side and cut back against the grain. It was wide open field. The defense had looped to the right, blocked everything up on Haynes, and of course picked some big yardage up for the Tornadoes.
That's a great play for the Tornadoes there. Spread out the defense a little bit, running one big to the outside.
Again, that's where it's going to happen, on the ground for the Red Tornadoes here the rest of the way. I believe that's what they want to do. They're going to come out now in that heavy backfield. They're heavy to the right. You got Shinsky, Demetrius, and Haynes looking for a spot there, but Haynes will be strung out along the sidelines. Very little gain on the play. They'll give him down to the 20.
I don't think
they're
there
going
was
to
a
give
gain
him to the 24. It's going to be
Nope.
2nd and 10. You're right.
2nd and 10.
Yeah, the Panthers did a nice. They went to the short side of the field, and the Panthers really strung it out and took him out of bounds. And he went to the. He had a lot of blockers in front
Yes,
of him.
he did.
He just couldn't get around the corner. So Haynes comes out. DeMarco comes back in now to the lineup for the Red Tornado.
You know, some speed on the field. We got the going towards the Tornadoes bench. That's the wide side of the field. The Marco, the tailback. That's the direction we run.
Oh, nice play. That's number 56, Bank Robbins, and he came in like a bullet and took DeMarco down. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 now for the Red Tornadoes.
DeMarco getting ready to pick the opening that he wanted to go through, and I'll tell you what, Robbins just came in like a bullet. Nobody touched him. Robbins makes the tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
So the Panthers have stiffened here. It's 3rd down and 10. 2 running plays for no yardage whatsoever. DeMarco will stand in the backfield now, and Kogut will go into his shotgun. Is everybody split out to his right, and a penalty flag. So, see what they call here.
Does not go well. Looks like motion against the Tornadoes. Brings it back 5 yards. It'll be now 3rd and 15.
A tough break for the Red Tornadoes if they got themselves ahead of steam going here, and now they've hit the brick wall. So they're going to have to move that yard marker first so they get to going here. Okay. He's going to come up there and mark it down. A ball now back at the 30-yard line for the Red Tornadoes, and Kogut will stay in the shotgun. He leaves DeMarco next to him. And he's going to look for some room. He looks the other way, and it's Ambrose, and Ambrose got stripped. The ball got stripped out of his hand. That was number 10 on the defense, Colin Barton. But the play was going nowhere anyway, as Colin Barton read it very well. It's 4th down now for the Red Tornadoes.
Not only Barton, but there was another corner man over there protecting about 5 yards downfield.
7:19 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. All right. Kogut will bring the play in from the sideline now. Kufta into the offensive lineup, and he'll line up at an end position there, split out along with Ambrose to the right, Pahuski to the left. A blitz. Panthers blitz. He got some nice protection, and he goes downfield.
Intercepted.
Intercepted.
He might have been out of bounds.
Now we'll
up
see.
here, though.
Yeah, we're going to see.
Yep.
No. He is in bounds.
He
There it is.
intercepted the ball.
It's an interception down.
Now we got to see what they're calling here, because Kogut was
I
past
think
the
he
line
went
of
past the
scrimmage.
line of scrimmage. Yeah, I was going to say. So they marked the ball at the interception. It was 4th down, and they're going to give him the ball now.
Ran it back up to the 30. I think he stepped out of bounds.
No idea what we're doing here. All right, yeah, you're right, Mark. Exactly. It looks like he stepped out of bounds. It was way over on the other side at the Red Tornado sideline, so he steps out right at the 30-yard line, so the interception does not count, and it will be 1st and 10 Panthers from their own 30-yard line. A 6-6 ball game here at Panther Stadium. All right, he's bringing everybody out to his left. Coom looks right down there. He's got number 42.
Nice play.
Bohutski will make a nice play on Gabriel Boril. But he'll take it out to the 36-yard line. 6-yard gain on the play.
6-yard gain, but I'll tell you what, Bohutski saves a big gainer because he had 3 blockers in front of him.
Well, they stacked everybody left in that stack formation out there.
Yep.
And a nice play by the Panthers. So it'll bring up 2nd down now and 4. And this time he'll go with everybody to the right side. Same exact formation, only now he went to the right. But he's going to give it to Klinger, and Klinger finds a little crack there, and he'll take it up over the 40-yard line.
Let me tell you what, Klinger trips over his own man coming through the line of scrimmage, and he still picked up 4 yards, 1 yard short of the first down, but he had clear sailing down the field.
All right, it's going to be 3rd down and a little less than 1 yard to go for the Panthers. And Sarabich now will come back into the backfield for the Panthers on the 3rd and short. Now, 3rd and short, he goes again to that formation to the right, the stack right formation. Everybody wide out, and it's a keeper, and Coombs will pick his way downfield, and Coombs up over the 45 to the 46-yard line. It's 1st and 10, Panthers.
He ran the ball. Coombs' keeper that time picks up 6 yards on the play, only looking for a yard to pick up the first down.
So we use that far split and stack them all the way out on both sides of the field now on 3 consecutive plays.
You see Bloomsburg has come out with a different set offense in the second half. They're already won.
Yep. And there we go again. Again, everybody's going out to the right side where they'll line up far right. He's got a trip stack formation out there. He looks right down, but a whistle blows here before we can get the play off.
It would be motion, I would assume.
Usually, that's what you would think, guys.
Well, I'm sorry.
Offsides.
Take that back.
An offside penalty against the Red Tornadoes. It'll be 1st down and 5 now. The ball now in Red Tornado territory, just over the midfield stripe. .5:15 now in the 3rd quarter of play as Coombs will bring him up. He has Ansarabich as the lone back. Everybody out right again. Ansarabich. And Ansarabich runs into a brick wall. That's Goins. Goins, and he stacks him up pretty much the line of scrimmage. We're going to give him no gain on the play. It is now 2nd down. I'm not sure what the guy with the yard marker did. 2nd down. So 2nd down and 5 for the Panthers. Nice play by Goins on that play.
James Goins makes a nice play. Stayed in where he was supposed to and makes the hit as the runner's coming through.
All right, everybody again, the exact same formation. It's Klinger this time, and Klinger goes nowhere. Pinching in from the side is Morose out of that end position, and he goes down again for no gain, and now it's 4th down and 5.
Now we have Morose now coming up in that end position.
Or 3rd down, I'm sorry, 3rd down and 5.
Him and McCollum are playing both sides of that defensive line.
I'm going to let you go on that one, Warren, like Wayne told me to, but
Three straight plays for no gain, and it's 3rd down. Yeah, well, there was a penalty on one of them. So. All right. Same formation. This time Coombs is going to look there. He's got a lot of pressure, and he's going down. The Red Tornadoes will stack him this time. Back in Panther territory, back at the Panther 48-yard line. Ambrose getting off the bottom of the pile. McCullum getting off the bottom of the pile. Goins was in on it. And Coombs goes down. And now it's 4th down, and now the Panthers will be forced to kick.
Yeah, Coombs turned around. He was going to throw it out to the flat. Kogut, number 21, comes in for the Tornadoes and got in between the quarterback and the receiver. He was looking for the interception that time. He sniffed that one out.
All right, Bohutski and Kogut go deep. The ball gets dribbled back, but a nice kick by Coombs. And it's going to bounce, and the Red Tornadoes are going to have to let it roll. It will roll down to about the 17-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. Nice job by Coombs to control the dribble back on the center and made a nice kick.
Yeah, we got a flag down. We got an inadvertent hit. As the two kids got tangled up, and he's going to call this blocking in the back. It wasn't even close to the ball.
All right, and it looks like it's going against the Red Tornadoes, and it will. So the Red Tornadoes will end up even deeper in their own territory when they get done marking off this penalty. So they're going to march this back, and it's going to sit down at the, I don't know, around the 10.
I can't tell.
Let's see where he goes. 10, yeah. Well, all right, the 9. Let's call it the 9-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 9 now for the Red Tornadoes. And they've played a lot of this game in this exact position. All right, Kogut goes into a shotgun formation immediately now with Haynes standing next to him. Takes it to Haynes, and it's a keeper by himself, but he's going nowhere as the Coombs was all over him, and he had some help down there from Steven Justic. So it looks like he lost a yard on the play. The ball will be set down at the 8-yard line, and it'll be 2nd down and 11. Again, the Red Tornadoes not willing to do a lot of passing with a quarterback that hasn't done so in a long time, although he did throw a halfback option pass for a touchdown last week. But they're also deep in their own territory, not a place you throw the ball around much. So they're going to try to grind it out here on the ground. And now they'll come out in that heavy backfield with Shinsky, Demetrius, and DeMarco as the tailback. He pitches it to DeMarco, and DeMarco trying to find some room along the Red Tornado sideline, and he's not going to find a whole lot. As he goes down right along the marker, it's going to bring up 3rd down and 11, no gain on the play.
Tell you what, with the pursuit of Bloomsburg, of the Panthers here, a reverse to DeMarco might work.
Yeah,
you know, coming back in the opposite direction.
Panthers defense is really, really quick.
Yeah, they are.
All right. 3rd down now for the Red Tornadoes. We go into a shotgun. He's going to leave Shinsky and DeMarco on either side of him now. And this time he's going to throw. He looks downfield. He's trying to get to Pahutsky, but he threw it, and it's intercepted out at the 45-yard line by number 21, Joey Ansaravich. He overthrew that by a mile, and intercepted by the deep guy, Ansaravich. It's 1st and 10 Panthers in Red Tornado territory.
I'll tell you what, though, the way Ansaravich has been running punts back, that might be the best thing, because he fell on the ground when he made the interception that time, and the ball's now down in about the 44.
He didn't get a chance to run that one back.
Yeah, he didn't have a chance to run it back.
Okay, 1:25 now remaining in the 3rd quarter of play, and Coombs will get him lined up here. Ball just inside the 45-yard line of the Red Tornadoes. All right, Coombs gets him lined up. And it's Rhodes, and Rhodes will pull his way down to the 41-yard line.
Sean McCullum getting up off the bottom. And Goins, number 52.
All right.
Hurry up offense here.
It's going to be 2nd down. No huddle now for the Panthers. Minute 3 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and Coombs brings them up the line of scrimmage. He's got a split backfield in back of him.
No huddle, but he's taking his time.
He's taking his time doing. He's got a man right and a man left. And now he's calling the play back again. Actually, he's going to be running out of time in a minute there. And he goes to Klinger. And Klinger will cross over the 40-yard line down to the 38-yard line of the Red Tornadoes. It's going to bring up 3rd down. You know, the down marker has not been right, I think, the entire game. I'm going to tell you that right now. I have not seen the down marker right.
He's having a rough time over there.
Now it's 3rd down. He's 3rd down on the last play.
Kyle Savitsky, number 74, making the tackle. He's in playing the right tackle position on defense for the Tornadoes.
All right. And the Panthers jump offside. The Panthers are offside. 11 seconds. It's 3rd down. It's 3rd down and 4.
Bring back to 3rd and 9 now.
Motion against Bloomsburg. Brings 3rd down.
Thank Had to get the guy who was standing right. The guy said through the window there, standing right in front of the. I couldn't see any part of the scoreboard whatsoever.
I think he did it on purpose. I don't know.
I mean, nothing. there.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, that will bring. You're right. That brings the quarter to an end after everything went on there and nothing happened. So we're done 3 quarters now with the score. The Bloomsburg Panthers 6, the Red Tornadoes. The Red Tornadoes 6.
You know, this is the third quarter. It looks like they're coming off with fresh legs. And they do have a small team number-wise, too, Warren. They only have, I think, 29 players, I think, on the team.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get too many fresh legs in there to relieve some of these kids.
Nope. The Red Tornadoes, and I mean, you're looking at this game. It's not hard to tell. The Red Tornadoes have come out here with their hands in their pockets pretty much tonight. After I said it may be the letdown after the big game last week with Shamokin area, but they need to get the points on the score. They got to walk out here with a win one way or the other. All right, it's 3rd down now and about 9 for Coombs as he's in a shotgun formation, and he's going to fake it to Antarovich. Antarovich down to the 29-yard line, 1st and 10, and it was Pahutski who saved the touchdown.
Yes, he did. It was a draw play. They had trips out to the left side, and of course, straight draw play right up the middle. Great blocking by the offensive line of the Panthers, and I'll tell you what, he looked to the sidelines. If you watched him carrying the ball, he looked to the left to see if he picked up the 1st down. And I think if he would have kept his head straight and looked where the defense was at, he might have scored that time.
That's great awareness by Bohitsky, though, to stay with
Yep.
All right, a split backfield now. And this again, Antarovich. And Antarovich finds a little crease there, and he'll take it down to the 26-yard line. The 2nd down and about 7.
Both McCullum's getting up from that tackle that time.
All right, number 24 now in that lineup, Rhodes. He'll go into that backfield. Antarovich comes out for a breather here. So 2nd and 7 now, and it's going to be Klinger and Rhodes in the backfield. And it's Klinger, and Klinger slipped, and he still picks up good yardage.
Wow.
Down inside the 25-yard line, he's down at the 23-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short now for the Panthers. 3rd down and 3.
Slipped before he got the ball, and he still picked up 3 yards that time. Goins back in the defense. Kyle Savitsky, 74, is out.
All right, a split backfield. And it's Antarovich. He takes it to Antarovich, and he's bottled up there. That's the Red Tornadoes, and that's Moreau, number 9. And Moreau gave him a good whack back at the 32-yard line.
Yep.
Big play for the defense there.
Yeah, Coombs he didn't even get a chance to look downfield. It was a play. We had some good defensive coverage in the backfield. All the receivers were covered, and Coombs just barely turned around, but Moreau was all over him that time.
I believe we got a tray of vegetables, and I believe that's from Jack Feierschmann's extravaganza here. Jack, a Mount Carmel native, living right across the street from the school here now in Bloomsburg, and I believe that's where that came from, if I was going to guess. All right, we have a stoppage in the play. It is a timeout Panthers, as the Panthers now at the 9:33 mark looking to do something. They have been in Red Tornado territory on and off all night and cannot put the ball in the end zone except for one touchdown, and that's what led us to a 6-6 tie. So Coach Sones wants to talk to these guys and say, look, how many more chances are you going to have down this deep? We've got to put something together, and we've got to put it in the end zone.
And one thing you really have to look at on both touchdowns, you had 2 failed extra point conversions there.
Right. Yep.
Could come back to haunt one of these teams.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, the way the offense is running for Bloomsburg, if this goes into sudden death, Bloomsburg's moving the ball a little bit better than the Tornadoes are at this point in time at halftime.
Yeah, offensively, you're absolutely right. They would have the advantage in an overtime period, I think. The Red Tornadoes pretty much on their heels here most of the evening. All right, a big 4th down and 12 call from the Mount Carmel area 32-yard line. Coombs goes into a shotgun formation. He drops back. He's looking to pass. He looks downfield. He has a receiver down there covered by Kowaleski, and it's intercepted. Kovalevsky intercepted the ball, and was he in the end zone?
We'll see here.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. If he intercepted the ball, it comes out to the 20. But we had the ball already at the 30-yard line.
Touchback.
That's a touchback. All right. I'm wondering. No, wait. I don't know what that is. Hold on.
I think they're calling it that he caught it in the end zone.
Yeah.
He didn't signal that, though, when he was down there. He didn't make the motion that way, but
Yeah.
they're bringing it out to the 20. The Bloomsburg crew is arguing, and it was, I mean, for our advantage, when it's very difficult to see where that goal line is, but he must be in it, obviously.
But here's the thing. If he would have left it go, it was already 4th down. We lost 10 yards on that interception.
Yeah. All right, Kogut brings him up. He's got a heavy backfield. But he's going to pass. And he looks downfield, and he's trying to get Pahutsky, and just a little too long. A nice pass right at the 50-yard line, but Pahutsky couldn't run underneath, and then it's 2nd and 10.
They're covering deep. Again, we do a lot of clearing out of zones. Pahutsky, the only one deep that time, and he was double covered.
9:19 here now remaining in this game. And the Red Tornadoes need to move this football. They need to change field position, or they're going to wear that defense out. Back into an I formation now. Haynes in that tailback spot. And Haynes will get the ball, and Haynes is picking and choosing his spot, and Haynes will drive the ball up over the 25-yard line out to the 26-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Red Tornadoes.
Nice run by Haynes. Again, you know, he's looking to make his move, but the defense pretty much staying in position there. He's having a hard time cutting back against the grain like he did earlier.
All right, a big 3rd down call for the Red Tornadoes here. 3rd and 4, the ball at their own 26-yard line. And he'll come up with Shinsky in front of Haynes. They're talking to each other there. And the ball will go to Haynes, and Haynes will have the 1st down, and Haynes out over the 35-yard line, out to the 37-yard line, 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes.
That Bloomsburg defense is keying on the motion. Motion came left for Mount Carmel that time, and we run right, a misdirection play. And of course, Haynes finds an open spot for a nice pickup of about 8-9 yards.
It's a big 1st down for the Red Tornadoes there. It's changing up the field position a little bit.
Oh, absolutely, Mark. Absolutely. They needed that dearly. All right, they'll stay in that I formation behind Kogut at quarterback. And this time it goes to the up back, and that's Shinsky. And the boomer booms his way out over the 45-yard line out to the 46-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 3 for the Red Tornadoes.
Straight dive play that time. Who was that? Number 30. Coming in for Bloomsburg. If somebody would have blocked him, that's Klinger, Jordan Klinger. He came from the offensive backfield. Must be playing the end position, and came back and made the tackle there on Shinsky. But Shinsky had a head of steam. Could have picked up some extra yardage there with one block.
Okay, Demetrius into that fullback spot as Shinsky went out with a cramp, and Shinsky's on the sideline now laying on the ground. And we'll go to Haynes, and Haynes is going to be wrapped up, and that's a great play down there by Klinger, number 30. He ate up the fullback and made the play. Number 30, Jordan Klinger on the stop. So it'll bring up 3rd down now and 5.
Another big one.
And he just exploded into the backfield. I'm surprised that we're not trying to throw a little bit shorter here rather than the long ones that we've attempted here. All right. Lone back now in the backfield. He has everybody out to his right. And he finds it at Ambrose. And Ambrose will bull his way down out of bounds.
Great play by Ambrose. Nice pass by Kogut. Kogut puts it right on the mark. Ambrose, a nice pattern, squared to the outside. He made sure he had the 1st down picked up. And, of course, a great second effort. He picks up an extra 5 yards on top of that.
So they went trips right, and they went that way with the pass. And he takes into Panther territory. The ball sitting now down at the Panther 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. Now he comes out, trips to the left. But we go up the middle, and that's Julius Demetrius. And Julius will be brought down in there by number 50. Steven Justic. He's had a nice game here on defense for the Panthers, and they'll give him his forward progress.
About a yard.
Yeah, he's going to put it down at the 42-yard line. So, yeah, about a yard on the play. It's 2nd down and 9.
Shinsky back in.
Yeah, but he's walking a little bit
Yes, he
gingerly
is.
when he came in. I know he's not feeling great right now. There's 6:12 remaining in the ball game now as Kogut will bring them up here on a 2nd down play. They go into an I formation. Haynes and back of Shinsky. The formation is out to the left here. And he rolls right. He looks downfield. He's a left-handed guy, and he's got his guy, and he just couldn't reach it.
Dave Avellino.
Trying to hit the tight end, the big tight end, Avellino, number 48, just out of his reach, and it's 3rd and 9.
Nice run by Avellino that time on a pass pattern. And you're talking about the tight end making that all the way down. It was just a drag play from the left all the way across the field, and Kogut just a little bit past his fingertips.
It's a tough pass to make, running across your body.
Yeah, again, he's rolling right, but he's throwing left, Mark. You're right.
Yeah.
That was an extremely difficult play for a left-handed quarterback to do. All right, out of the shotgun now. He's got himself some nice protection, and he's
Intercepted?
had his receiver down there. The ball hit the ground. He had his receiver open, and he was too tall, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, he had Puhutsky wide open that time. And Puhutsky had 3 guys on him. He was triple covered.
All right. The Red Tornadoes now are going to elect to punt the ball. The ball at the Panther 42.
5 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. Okay, defense sort of stiffened up for the Tornadoes in that last series. I think Coach Brennan, again, trying to pin the Panthers down deep, hopes that the defense comes in, does exactly what he wants them to do, has the Panthers punt to give the Tornadoes a little bit of time on the clock to maneuver the ball down the field.
All right, Klinger and Ansarovich will be in that backfield in that split formation. That's always the way they line up. And it's Coombs, and it gives it to Ansarovich, and Ansarovich is tackled at the line of scrimmage there. Number
Johnson.
35.
Yep, 35.
Johnson getting off the pile there. A nice play by Johnson.
Johnson came up very quickly to make that tackle right at the line of scrimmage from that linebacker. He's playing left linebacker tonight.
So it's 2nd and 10 now for the Panthers. Ansarovich comes out of the huddle now, and he'll come to the sideline. Number 24 takes his place, and that's Rhodes. And it's Rhodes and Klinger now in the split formation. One guy right, one guy left, split wide. And Coombs goes back. He's under pressure. He goes downfield, and he was trying to hit number 5, Vaughn. Vaughn's the guy that caught the big pass for the Panthers in the first quarter, but he just was a little bit low, and Vaughn couldn't hold on. And again, as we said, field conditions very tough right now. To try to keep your footing when you're reaching out like that. So it's going to bring 3rd down.
You watch Coombs. There's no kidding around when he goes back there. He takes 3-4 steps back. He turns around, and he's releasing the ball already.
Yeah. His strong arm, and he's a very accurate passer, really very accurate passer. All right, Ansarovich comes back in now. He's got 2 guys right, 1 guy left, 1 guy in the backfield, and this is Ansarovich. And the Red Tornadoes are all over it. As the Red Tornado defense has come to life here in the 4th quarter. That's Goins, but on the bottom of that pile, I think it will be Shinsky. I think. We'll see if the big guy gets off there as they help him up. And it is. It's Shinsky and Kaufman. And the Red Tornadoes have a 4th down, and again, the Panthers will punt. And deep for the Red Tornadoes at the midfield stripe will be Kogut and Puhutsky, and it looks like the Red Tornadoes may get some good field position.
Yes. We put the 2 speedsters back. If you remember, the last punt was a low punt. It sort of dribbled across the ground a little bit.
All right, Coombs the kicker, another low one. Coombs takes his time, and he waits long enough. It's going to be Kogut. Kogut at the 44-yard line, and Kogut's going to be brought down by number 24 down there. That's Richard Rhodes all the way back at the Red Tornado 40. Kogut retreated trying to find an angle, and Rhodes said no way and brings them down. So it's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes.
some good pressure that time on the punter. We almost blocked the ball. Good punt. A lot of time that time, and it gave the Panthers enough time to go back and protect and keep Kogut from making the corner, turning the corner.
3 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in this game. The score remains tied at 6-6. Out of the shotgun. And this was a draw play, and it went nowhere. That's going to be Klinger getting off the bottom of the pile. And he had help down there from number 64 in that pileup, and that's Mike Schlock.
Second down.
So that's a 2-yard loss on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 8. And that play didn't look pretty at all. I don't know what we were doing there. All right, Haynes will trot out of the backfield. Looks like Demetrius will bring the play in for the Red Tornadoes.
Number 29, Kevin Demko in the slot position here on the left.
Kogut again on a keeper, and Kogut will not get back to the original line of scrimmage as he's dropped right at the 40. It'll bring up
Klinger.
3rd down and about 11.
I'll tell you what, Klinger is all over the ball, all over the place tonight. Wherever the ball's at, he's there. He's making the tackle again on that last play on Kogut.
Under 3 minutes to play now in the ball game as Kogut trots in. It's 3rd down and 11 for the Red Tornadoes. The ball in Red Tornado territory at the Red Tornado 39-yard line. Now we have a trip formation now to the right. And Kogut under pressure right away, and he lets the ball go, and he throws it out of bounds. He had Ambrose, but Ambrose was actually out of bounds at the time the ball got thrown.
Yeah.
And it's 4th down, and the Red Tornadoes now will punt to the Panthers, and the Panthers hope to get better field position. Now, one of the things I would do here is I would kick away from Ansaravich.
Probably a good idea.
Absolutely do not kick to him at this juncture of the football game. He has been very, very good returning the ball upfield. So Kufta goes back in punt formation. He's standing about his 26. Nice center, and he lets it go. Nearly blocked, but he gets it out. Ansaravich will let it hit the ground. It bounces high. The Red Tornadoes will down it down at the 25-yard line.
Nice punt. I don't think they picked up anything that time on field position. I think that's where the Panthers punted from, was about the 25, 30-yard line.
Yep.
All right, it's 1st and 10 Panthers now as this game gets very close to ending in a tie. And they'll go on offense, and Coombs will bring them in. Coombs a very good football game so far tonight. Mark's cap got wore out during this, so he had to throw it away.
Had to take it off a little bit.
All right, Ansaravich will bring him out, and he'll go up under center. He has a split backfield. He has Klinger and Ansaravich with Coombs at quarterback. And Coombs goes drop back. It's a screen pass. Oh, ho, ho.
He's down.
Oh, Ansaravich was leveled by Kogut. He couldn't protect himself at all, and oh my God, what a hit that was. He's down on the field, folks, and he got leveled. He couldn't protect himself from the screen. As he made the turn, Kogut was right on top of him, and Ansaravich went down. So there's a timeout on the field for an injury. The timeout comes at the 2:17 mark of the 4th quarter. And Ansaravich is a tough kid. He's going to get up from this, but that was just a blinding hit. Oof. So number 42, Gabriel Baril, will trot into the lineup. And there he is. He said, I just got hit hard. I'm all right. He's a tough kid. So Ansaravich walks off under his own power. And that's what you like to see. He's just a tough runner. All right. Rhodes will go into that backfield also. Rhodes brings the play into Coombs. All right, Coombs will go under center. He'll split backfield, Klinger and Rhodes in that backfield. And he gives it to Rhodes, and Rhodes just stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice play. I didn't see who came in there. I don't know whether that was Shinsky, 34, coming in. Made
No,
the
that's number 42. That's McCullum.
Was that McCullum that had him around the shoulder pads in the backfield?
Okay, it's 3rd down now and 11. As both defenses have become vicious here in the waning moments of the football game. All right, Coombs will set himself up in a shotgun formation. He's going to leave Klinger there with him. He has two guys right, one guy left. And the Red, he's a keeper, and they opened up a spot for him, and he's loose. Coombs is loose, and Coombs will pick up the first down up over the 45-yard line at the 46-yard line. That was a nice play by Coombs.
Goins is down on the play, too.
Tell you what, there's some nice blocking in the line there. It was just a trap play on the right side for Coombs. Coombs just picked the spot, the correct spot, and ran through it.
Red Tornado down on the field, and that is Goins, as Mark said. So we'll have a timeout on the field again here, and that timeout comes at the 1:29 mark of the fourth quarter here. The Panthers now, they're going to set the ball down just over the 45-yard line in their own territory, where it'll be 1st and 10 Panthers.
1:29 left in this game, and I'll tell you what, you'd like some offensive play. This is the game you should be watching on Wednesday night, because both of these teams are moving the ball up and down the field here at will now.
Well, it's been a very interesting football game all around tonight. And a unusual 6-6 tie going into the last minute or so of the game here. The Panthers on offense. Answer Ravitch went back in to the lineup during the timeout here, so he is back in the lineup, and I said I didn't have much doubt that he would go back in, as he's hard as nails. Goins, they're spending some time looking at James down there before they make an attempt to get him up.
Klinger, number 30, he's the all-around defensive guy. He is only a sophomore, Ward. He's playing an outstanding game on defense for the Panthers here.
All right. We're going to get play back as soon as Goins gets off. And Goins is walking off rather gingerly there, but he is walking off under his own power. As I said, 1:29 remaining here on the first down play. Coombs will go into a shotgun. He puts everybody, two guys split left, one guy right. Right is the short side of the field here along his own sideline. Klinger remains in the backfield next to him. And Coombs is actually talking to his coach, and he has to take a timeout, and that was a deadly timeout. Yeah.
I think they're short a guy.
That was a tough timeout because they had the whole injury timeout to discuss what they wanted to do, and they needed to call a timeout. And now I think even Coach Stones is saying, come on, guys, we should have had this play running. So another timeout on the field here as they huddle at their own sideline and try to get this play together. Again, time running out, so every minute or every play counts here. So they come back on the field now. The 1:22 remaining in the game. All right. Shotgun formation again for Coombs. This time, two guys split wide left, one guy right here along the sideline. Coombs goes straight back. Moreau's all over him, and he's got a guy deep, but way too deep. He was trying to hit Mike Tambasco, but overthrew him. Kovaleski had nice coverage on Tambasco.
Yeah, they tried to put number 10 about the hash mark to try to suck Kovaleski over a little bit, and Tambasco was trying to sneak down behind Kovaleski down along the sidelines. That's what they were looking for.
All right, 2nd and 10 now for the Red Tornadoes, and there you saw the strategy of the Panthers was go deep and try to get the ball in the end zone before the end of this game and break the 6-6 tie.
Moreau's number 9 had some good pressure on Coombs, though, that time. He was in on him. Coombs had to throw the ball quick.
All right, same formation as the last play. He's got two guys wide out to the wide side of the field, drops straight back, and again, Moreau's plenty of time, and it's intercepted. Pahutski intercepted the ball down at the 30-yard line, and that was a great interception by Pahutski.
Did you see that? Over his shoulder, one-handed. He caught that with one hand. That was excellent.
You don't see much nicer interception.
No.
All right, it'll be 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 30-yard line. We've got 1:10 remaining in the ball game here, and they go on offense, and this will be their last shot in regulation here to try to pull this game out.
Tornadoes have all 3 timeouts left, and the Panthers are down to 1. So we'll see if they can move the ball and use their timeouts and save some time on this clock.
All right, Kogut brings him up. He's in a heavy backfield, and he goes to DeMarco, and DeMarco trying to make the turn, and he goes nowhere. The Panthers are too fast.
Yep.
They're just too fast for that type of play. You can't cut back on them. It just doesn't happen. The Panther defense just all over them on that. I'm trying to see his number. His arm in his way there. I think it was 10. Colin Barton was the guy that made the stop.
Clock's still running, too.
Klinger
2
comes
seconds.
off the field for the Panthers, and he's shaking up a little bit, so they'll look at him. But, again, the clock is running at 36 seconds for the Red Tornadoes. It's 2nd down and 11, and now Kogut goes back. He throws deep. He's trying to get to Ambrose and just overthrew him. Incomplete. It'll stop the clock now, and it's 3rd down. The clock stopped at 27 seconds.
Again, over his hands. Ambrose has some reach on everybody out there, of course, and was on the inside track. He would have been open if that ball would have been right on the money.
All right, Kogut will trot in from the sideline with the play now for the Red Tornadoes. They'll break the huddle in an I formation. Now they'll go, all right, they're going to go into a shotgun. Both backs remain at his side. A lot of time to throw. He looks now, he's trying to get Pahutski, who's double covered, and it's going to be intercepted. It's intercepted down at the 37-yard line, and the Panthers have it 1st and 10 with 19 seconds left on the clock.
But again, if that one was incomplete, they might have to punt to answer Ravage. So again, it might be the worst thing.
Who made the interception, Wayne?
I didn't. I have a hard time here with the corner of the window.
All right, 1st and 10 now in a seesaw 4th quarter here, and a timeout on the field. I believe it's the Red Tornadoes now. Want to call a timeout and make sure nothing goofy happened to them in the last 19 seconds. It's now time for the Red Tornadoes to play for overtime.
Yeah, he just wants to get an umbrella defense back. Make sure if it's caught, it's going to be caught underneath the umbrella so they can come up and make the tackle. 19 seconds. You might have 2 plays left here for the Panthers.
Yeah, I think you're going to throw deep. I mean, I think you have to throw deep here, and you're right. You got about 2 plays left in it. So they're going to, Coach Stones is down there, and he's having a long conversation with Coombs and those receivers down there. And I don't think anyone thought this game would be a 6-6 tie in the final 20 seconds of the ball game, guys.
No, I don't think so either. Bloomsburg, again, my hats off to the Panthers. They just played an outstanding game right from the opening kickoff.
If the Red Tornadoes playing without their starting quarterback from about midway in that second quarter, definitely changes your game plan offensively. Although Kogut, a very capable backup, he played it 2 years ago. He was the starting quarterback 2 years ago. All right, shotgun formation. He's got 2 guys left, 2 guys left.
And right.
A lot of time. Haynes put a little pressure, but he lets it rip. He's going deep downfield, and it's intercepted. Kovaleski intercepted the ball. Now down at the 20-yard line. The Red Tornadoes take it back.
And 10 seconds left.
Looks like a tennis match out there now.
Yes, it is.
So Kovaleski on a nice interception, and he turns the Panthers away. And they'll set the ball down about the 19-yard line of the Red Tornadoes, and they'll have 1 player, so 10 seconds remaining. And Kogut will trot in with the play.
Don't want to give this up, that's for sure. You know, you got 10 seconds left. You might as well make the best of it.
Looks like that's what they're going to do. Play for overtime.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. You're absolutely right. Kogut comes under center, and Kogut takes the knee. And that's what the Red Tornadoes have elected to do. They're going to force this game into overtime. It's a 6-6 tie. And that is the end of regulation here at Panther Stadium. The Panthers are whooping it up here on the home sideline as they feel they're in great position to win this football game.
Yes, and rightfully so. They've moved the ball, but once they get down inside the red zone, the defense for the Tornadoes has stiffened up all night long. We see now in the 4th quarter, the Tornadoes defense has certainly stopped the running play by the Panthers. So we're going to see what, Coach for Bloomsburg is going to do. Is he going to run the ball, or is he going to try to pass the ball? with Coombs, the quarterback that he has.
Well, the Panthers obviously have had the better of the rushing game tonight for sure. And again, as we said, we thought going into that fourth quarter that the overtime period would favor the Panthers. Only in that one they've got their starting quarterback.
Right.
And two, they're a little bit more balanced in their offense right now as compared to the Red Tornadoes, who have not run the ball well. And again, you've got a quarterback who, plays quarterback very well, but has not played it all of last season and the first 4 games of this season. So now he comes in and you're expecting him to go into an overtime period and try to win the game for you. So a lot of pressure on Ryan Kogut. He's a senior. He's a captain.
Yes.
So, you can't find a better opportunity and a better moment in time than to put it on his shoulders and tell him to win the game. But by the same token, he's going to need a little bit of help from that line.
Yeah.
And they have not given him a lot of time here to throw the football.
Well, even if they come in with the power backfield, with Shinsky and Haynes back there and Demetrius, they still have to block. They haven't done much in the way of line surge on offense for that powerhouse backfield to really work tonight.
Yeah, there's a 3-minute break here. They need now a little bit, but they got this program right in the right direction. He stepped up his schedule, and I cannot tell you how impressed I am with a coach who's a single-A coach, and he says, all right, bring on the Red Tornadoes. I want to have my team tested in that kind of battle, and in the end, it's going to do him well. And as I said, some of the AA teams that we are around should maybe adopt that idea and start thinking that way too, but so far they have not. The captains for both teams are meeting out at midfield. The referees are laying the ground rules of this overtime, and it'll be a short moment here before we get rolling here. They're flipping the coin. We're going to see who accepts or declines.
Looks like Bloomsburg won. They deferred, put it back on to Mount Carmel.
So they keep playing overtimes until somebody wins this, and I'm hearing them talk up front here, and they're absolutely right. We might have to pitch a 10 here if the regulation was any indication of the overtime. So the Red Tornadoes will receive, or go on offense. I'm sorry, they'll go on offense to start this overtime.
Those vegetables over there might come in handy if we might have to stay here all night.
Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe bringing them back. Let's see what Jack sent over to us. This is some Jack Barish, and we'll have a check on this while we get ready here. Let's see what he graced us with. Yeah, very nice. We got tomatoes here. We got some carrots. That's very nice. Very nice. Cucumber. Everything I said about Jack, I take back for the next 5 seconds.
That's about all it'll take.
Okay, I'm done. I'm back. Of course, if I don't mention Mert Gilday, he's another guy from Mount Carmel, and those two guys are inseparable over. They both live over here. But I get to see them more often than I'd like, actually. But always a joy to spend some time with those two guys. All right, here it goes, boys. Let's start the overtime. Overtime number 1. Kogut brings them up. He has Haynes and Shinsky. And we're going to bring in the Ambrose is going to go split there. We pitch it to Shinsky, and Shinsky's going to throw it, and he does. And he's looking down there, and it's too tall. Trying to hit Pahutsky down there, and he was well covered. The Panthers were not fooled. Tambasco was back there along with number 56 down there, Frank Robbins. They saw that all the way and were not fooled, so it's second down. The ball is out at the 10-yard line. That's where it begins in high school. They take it from the 10. All right.
Flag on the play.
Now there's a flag, right.
Too many guys.
Oh, my goodness. All right. 5 yards. Now they start at the 15-yard line instead of the 10. And the illegal participation call on the Red Tornadoes. All right. Second down now from the 15 in the overtime. Okay. The full house backfield. Haynes will get the ball, and Haynes trying to make the turn. One guy misses, but Haynes is buried. He is buried by the Panthers, and that's 56 again, Frank Robbins. two big defensive plays by Robbins here in the overtime.
Yeah, Robbins comes up. That was number 10 that initially came in and made the hit. That was Barton coming up from the corner position. But I'll tell you what, this defensive play, you've got to run straight at them. You can't get to the outside. They're entirely too quick.
Very quick.
All right, it's third down now. The ball's sitting down about the 13-yard line for the Red Tornadoes. One guy in the backfield, and that's Haynes. And Kogut goes back. He looks downfield,
Avellino.
and that's Avellino, the big tight end, and Avellino has it inside the 5-yard line.
He's down close to the goal, Warren.
He's on the 1.
One.
Avellino, he couldn't get all the way in, but he's at the 1-yard line.
Going to go for the touchdown here or the field goal? What do you think?
Oh, we got to go for the touchdown
Yeah,
here.
you have to go for the T.
And the Red Tornadoes will call a time out.
Yep.
Trying to, at least.
Call a timeout.
They're hoping to get a timeout here. They're still looking at the placement of this thing, but it's going to be that. It looks like the 2.
Yeah, about the
They're bringing it back now.
Yeah, it's at the 2 now when they finally talked about it. So they put the ball down at the 2. The Red Tornadoes have called timeout. It's fourth down from the 2-yard line in the first overtime period here in Bloomsburg. The Red Tornadoes need to call a play to get them in the end zone here.
And it's not to the outside. We know that already tonight. It's got to be full powerhouse backfield. Spread everybody out on the defense with their trips and their slot, and just a straight dive play.
Yep, this is a very, very big play. The biggest play of the game so far for the Red Tornadoes here. And the Panthers, of course, defensively need to stop them. As the Red Tornadoes kind of shot themselves in the foot with too many men on the field, got it back to the 15, and still end up on the 2. And we'll see. Again, this, you look at a play like this. Now, the one thing to do remember about a quarterback like Kogut, who is the replacement guy, but he's also an excellent runner.
Yes.
Much more so than Wasilewski would be. So he's a kind of an added dimension in that offensive backfield for the Red Tornadoes. They will line up, and they will line up in a power backfield. Demetrius and Shinsky in front of Haynes. And it goes to Shinsky, and no call yet. No call yet. He's not in. I don't believe he got in. They didn't call it.
I don't think so.
Touchdown! Touchdown, Red Tornadoes! The Red Tornadoes have put it in the end zone. Shinsky on a 2-yard dive in overtime, and they go up 12-6.
Tell me how close that was when it takes 5 minutes to make that call.
Oh, my goodness. They had to unpile the whole team off of there before they figured out he was in the end zone. And now a crucial extra point for the Red Tornadoes as Gupta lines up.
It's crucial, and you have to remember we missed the extra point on the opening touchdown that we had. It isn't the greatest part of the field down there either that you're kicking from.
No, it isn't.
He picks it up and it's blocked. They blocked it. The center snap came back badly. They were trying to get it. He was trying to get it set up, and he couldn't. And it's blocked, and it's 12-6, and that's a crucial mistake by the Red Tornadoes.
Yes, it is. Yep. Came up through the middle. Again, the second time the block was on, and they must have some type of a great play that would open up a hole like that for them to block an extra point. 2 in one game.
Yeah, that's 2 in one game, and I'll tell you what, I don't know what kind of play they have, but I'll tell you what play is going to happen on Tuesday afternoon in Mount Carmel, because that just isn't something that gets done.
No, you're right.
And I'm sorry to tell you, but that's not something that gets done. All right, everything now on the Red Tornado defense here. We begin offense for the Panthers. They trail 12-6 in the first overtime, and Coombs will bring them up against Ansaravich and Klinger in that huddle, so they'll be in the backfield behind him.
I mean, it's a simple equation. Stop them and you win, and if you don't stop them, you have a chance to lose here.
All right, Coombs is in a shotgun formation. And Coombs will keep it, and the Red Tornadoes crush him right at the line of scrimmage. He goes nowhere. I'm not sure if that was the play that they called, or he just, something went wrong and he improvised, but it went nowhere. He was buried, and it's second down now from the 10. Yeah, that's not the play. I mean, as well as they played offense, that's not what I would have done.
No.
All right.
Although he had split backs behind him, he faked to one, and I think that might have been the play that was called.
Now, Yablonski replaces Ansarabich. Somewhat oddly, I would. Or no, I'm sorry, Ansarabich is back in. So,
Yes.
all right, they have split left, 2 guys, 1 guy right, and
Timeout, Bloom.
timeout Bloomsburg, because they did not like what the Red Tornadoes were doing defensively, and they'll call a timeout and talk about it here. It's 2nd down, it's overtime, and they trail now 12-6. Well, guys, I mean,
What a game. I mean, you know, when you think all of a sudden the Tornadoes put themselves ahead, you know, something like a blocked extra point, an extra point again, you know, puts you on that edge where you have to put some more pressure now on the defense.
Well, I mean, we've had about as good a game as you can ask for here.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
I'm going to basically have to I'm going to probably pay more money probably to get in when I'm leaving here because it's worth every minute of it. All right, we're going to get ready here now as the Panthers now have decided on the offensive play that they're going to run here. It's only 2nd down. The ball outside the 10, a little bit outside the 10-yard line. Coombs will get him lined up. He's going to send Ansarabich out Ansarabich and Klinger will stand next to him. Number 5, that's Vaughn coming in motion now. As they show motion, they didn't do much of that all game. And Coombs waiting for a line. Coombs will drop step. He drops back.
Screen.
And he's got Ansarabich, and Ansarabich will not make it. And he fumbled it. The ball hit the ground. And it's a fumble. Maybe. Maybe not. The ball was loose. They're going to spot the ball at the 7-yard line, but it squirted out. I didn't believe he was down,
I
but
have no idea.
I couldn't see it either.
I did. I mean, I saw the ball squirt out, and I thought he fumbled it, but it's now 3rd down, and the ball sitting at the, I don't know, I guess it looks like the 7-yard line.
And the Scavenge is the one they want to get the ball. He want the ball in his hands. He's been their bread and butter all night long.
All right, Coombs under center now. He's got Rhodes and Answer. He's plenty of time. He's looking to pass. He's under a lot of pressure.
Oh, good
Nice play.
Flag? No.
Koga, or not Koga, Kufta. Incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Boy, that was a long call there.
Yeah.
And now it's 4th down. The final offensive play here for the Panthers. They trail 12-6.
And that one right there came from the defensive line. The defensive line put a lot of pressure on Coombs, pushed him out of the pocket, and he had to throw off balance, of course. But Kofta makes a great defensive play, reaches his hand in at the very last minute and blocks the ball at the goal line. I don't know if he would have been in for the touchdown at that point.
Yeah, he was right along.
Yeah.
You're right on the goal line. It's a timeout on the field now. The Panthers have called timeout. And they want to talk about maybe the final offensive play of this football game. If they don't put it in the end zone,
right,
boys, they go home. And we go home by the skin of our teeth.
Again, the defense for the Tornadoes has certainly stepped it up in the 4th quarter, has kept them in this ball game. And you see them playing some tough, in this overtime right now, some tough defense coming in, putting pressure on Coombs here.
All right, Kogut's in the defensive lineup. He's got his guys where he thinks he wants them. And the Panthers about to take the field offensively here. Umpire has his hand up, stating, let's go. He's calling into the Panther huddle and telling him, let's go. And now they're going to go. All right, Coombs is going to bring him out here. He's got Klinger and Ansarabich in the backfield. He's splitting one guy as far wide right as you can along the sideline. He's got one guy left.
Right, he's got to get in the end zone with the pass.
And he goes in, and it's intercepted. Pohutsky has intercepted it, and the Panthers will lose the football game. The Red Tornadoes win in overtime, 12-6 on the interception by Pohutsky.
Pohutsky waited until the very last second. He was open. That receiver was open in that end zone. Pohutsky waited until the very last second, stepped right in and makes the interception there. That would have been a feather in their cap coming off the win last week against Danville, who they picked up again. That's a big rival for them. And almost knocking the Tornadoes off here right on their heels. And I'll tell you, that would have been a feather in their cap. But you have to give some credit here to the defense for the Tornadoes. They stepped it up in this second half and kept us in the game all the way down to the very end. Remember, Wasilewski being hurt, Kogut coming in, doing an excellent job as the quarterback, and you know, taking care of this team, moving them down the field and getting them across the goal line when they needed to.
Well, I mean, a replacement quarterback comes in, and you know, what you ask him to do is not lose the game. And exactly what Kogut did was he kept them in the game. He kept them where they needed to be. He made a big play here and there when he had to, and in the end, you know, sets them up, and they win the football game. And a nice pass to that tight end, Avellino, to put him in the scoring position at the 2-yard line. So he did a great job. We do not know the extent of Wasilewski's injuries, you know, when he'll be back. So we may see Kogut again. I look at the Red Tornadoes, and I see a win, but I'm telling you now, if the Red Tornadoes do not learn to run the ball, if they do not find a way to open up a hole here or there and run straight up the field, we've got too many guys dancing around at the line of scrimmage. You've got to pick your hole, and you've got to run at it. You cannot be going laterally against a very good team, and they showed it here, that they took us apart in the running game because we were always moving sideways. Not towards the line of scrimmage. So they need to talk about that, obviously. We look forward from leaving Panthers. We're going to be back home. We got 2 home games coming up in a row, but the first one is Hollidaysburg. Hollidaysburg is a team we have never played. We talked about that at the beginning of the season. There were several teams we had never seen in our history. Hollidaysburg will be one of them. Hollidaysburg was a Quad A team who, because of numbers, dropped slightly into AAA this year. Because of the other teams in their league are all Quad A, they all saw this happening because you have to declare this a year before or whatever.
2 years.
Or 2 years. So they see that they're not going to be Quad A, and they start dumping them off the schedule. Hollidaysburg is in the same position we're in. They need to schedule a game. We need to schedule a game. So we end up now scheduling a large AAA team.
And it's only a 1-year contract.
Yeah, it's only here. We're not going to go there. Or well, I shouldn't say we're not.
Well,
You know, considering that we've not signed many teams for next year. But that's how we end up with Hollidaysburg. So we got ourselves a pretty good test with a big AAA team, Mark, coming in. And basically, again, when you look at the playoff situation with 8 teams, you think it's not a bad situation, but it is. Actually, we need to win all of them. We would be very close if we lost somewhere down the line. And you got Hollidaysburg, Pottsville, and Selinsgrove, not to mention North Schuylkill and Chickalimi still floating on the schedule. So it's a tough road to hoe, and it's, again, one game at a time for the Red Tornadoes. But they've got to come off this game, and they've got to say to themselves, we need to do a couple things better than we're doing them. We need to tackle a little better.
Defensively.
Which we do not do well right now. A couple of guys coming on strong. I think the McCullen kid, Sean.
Excellent game.
And I'm only singling him out because he's new into the Johnson. I think has made himself a known factor in there. But we've got to learn to tackle people at the line of scrimmage and get in a place to put them down. And that's something, it's game 5. Now it's time to learn that. It's time to do that. We can't be waiting much longer to do that stuff. So that's where we stand, folks. It was an interesting football game here at Panther Stadium. It was a great renewal of this rivalry. As we said, the last game played in 1969, and the Panthers can walk off this field. And I know they're like, to see them here moping their way off, but they gave the Red Tornadoes everything they could and then some. And for an upcoming small A school, that's as good as it gets, and I had off them. They did a great job.
Yes,
and I'll tell you what, I don't look forward to seeing them next year because half of them are back.
You're not kidding. They only lose a few.